All right, good morning. We are on the record in the 53rd Circuit Court. Are providing public access both in the courtroom and also online. And we rescheduled a hearing to have it heard sooner. It is People of the State of Michigan versus Franklin Elliott III. It's filed 25-7119FH. Counsel, you want to state your appearances for the record, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Blaine County Prosecutor.
No, negative. Mr. Elliott appears in person in custody to my right.
All right, good morning. And I've been handed a plea agreement, advice of rights, and amended information. Is that how we're proceeding today, Mr. Nightingale?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Elliott, would you please stand and as best you can, raise your right hand for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay, you can have a seat back then. All right, Mr. Elliott, a guilty plea hearing is an important event. It includes the waiver of constitutional rights that you have, so I want you to listen carefully. At any time, if you've got a question, go ahead and ask me. If you have a need to talk to Mr. Nightingale some more, you just let me know. Okay, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, I have to advise you the maximum penalty that you could face for the charge that you're pleading to. Will Mr. Nightingale, do you consent to the filing of the amended information and waive its reading?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Elliott, you'd be pleading guilty under an amended information to possession of methamphetamine as a habitual offender second notice. That's a felony crime. It's punishable by a maximum of, with the habitual, up to 15 years in prison and or a $15,000 fine. Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I do.
And are you on parole, Mr. Elliott?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
So you understand that this would be mandatory consecutive to any parole violation sanction the Department of Corrections determines?
I understand, Your Honor.
And parole detainers been filed?
He does have a hold, is my understanding.
So you understand, Mr. Elliott, you are not entitled to credit for the time you've been sitting on the parole hold?
I understand that, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you read and understand the rights listed on the advice of rights form?
I have, Your Honor.
And did you have any questions for me or Mr. Nightingale about any of those forms?
No questions, sir.
Do you understand if you enter a plea, you won't have a trial and you'll give up all those rights?
I understand that, Your Honor.
Is that what you're choosing to do?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
If I accept your plea, you can't come back later and tell me that it wasn't your own free choice to enter it for any reason at all, including any promises beyond the plea agreement or any threats that you say were made to you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I do.
By pleading guilty, you also give up the right to appeal. And if you wanted to appeal, you'd have to seek permission. You would do so by filing an application, but the types of issues you could raise after a guilty plea are very limited, much more limited than if you were convicted after trial. Do you understand this appeal limitation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I do understand.
All right, the plea agreement, excuse me, provides that in exchange for that plea, the prosecutor is going to dismiss the drug double and the habitual fourth enhancement. And there's a sentence agreement that any incarceration ordered would be within the Michigan sentencing guidelines. So it wouldn't be a departure one way or another. And also that the parties have determined the guidelines to be 5 to 28 months. If they're wrong about those facts and the guidelines end up scored higher or lower, then either side has an option to withdraw the plea if the guidelines are different than what they expected them to be. Do you understand the terms of that plea agreement?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I understand that.
Okay, has anybody promised you anything else?
No, sir, they have not.
Has anybody threatened you in any way?
No, sir, they have not.
Is it your own free choice to do that?
It is, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Elliott, that sentence agreement is not binding on me. If I don't follow it, you'd be allowed to withdraw your plea, not having received what you bargained for. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I understand.
Now, there's an exception to that. If you engage in any misconduct between now and the sentencing date by any violation of court order or bond or committing any new crime, then by your misconduct, you would be losing the right to withdraw the plea, even if I didn't follow that sentence agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I understand that.
Even like if you engage in some misconduct and the guidelines end up higher and I don't follow the agreement and I give you the higher guidelines or even beyond the guidelines, then by your misconduct, you would have lost the right to withdraw the plea, even though this agreement says you can do so.
I understand.
Okay. All right, knowing all these things, Mr. Elliott, how do you wish to plead to the charge of possession methamphetamine habitual second?
I plead guilty to that, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Elliott, back on November 7th of 2025, were you in Sheboygan County?
I was, Your Honor.
And were you in possession of the controlled substance methamphetamine?
I was, Your Honor.
Did you know that you were in possession of that substance?
I did know that, Your Honor.
Did you have any lawful authority to possess it?
I did not, Your Honor.
And at that time, did you have a previous conviction for manufacture or distribution of an imitation controlled substance from 2005 out of this court?
I absolutely did, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Nightingale, are you satisfied with that factual basis?
I am.
Are you aware of any other promises, threats, or inducements?
No, Your Honor.
And do you believe that I've complied with the requirements of MCR 6.302?
The court has.
Ms. Goodrich, do you agree with those answers on all three questions?
Yes.
Mr. Elliott, I find that your plea is knowingly, voluntarily, and understandingly made, and that there is good reason in both fact and law for me to believe that you're guilty of that offense. So I hereby accept your plea of guilty. We'll schedule sentencing for March 10th at 10:30 in the morning. And you'll have to cooperate with the Department of Corrections staff for an interview to write a pre-sentence report for us.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Anything further, Mr. Nightingale?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Goodrich?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We'll be in recess.